mug review. You didn't ask for it, but I'm gonna deliver. Ironically, my beverage of choice is Coca-Cola, but don't worry about that, because I'm not drinking that in a mug, obviously. It's not something you drink in a... Forget it. Our first mug. So I hinted at this whole series in my 30-minute video that you didn't watch. Unless you're like one of 3 friends that did. But my first mug, classically, is just a plain and simple white mug. I've got a few categories to choose from, or not to choose from, but to rate, and then I'll get an overall score. So let's begin with this here white mug. So we'll start with design. As you can see, there is no design. It's just white, just plain white mug. I've got some blue ones as well, but I'm reviewing this one. Plain white, very bland. Out of 10, I'll give that, I mean, it doesn't look unappealing. It doesn't look unappealing, so I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. 4 out of 10 for just like art design. Then we have the main body. It has quite a lot of room. Yeah, a lot of room, which is great. So you could fit lots of drinks in there. So for the main body, I will give it 8 out of 10. That's pretty good. Now, because it holds quite a bit, you need a handle that's good. You can do Scouts Honor 3 fingers, and they fit very comfortably, so that's good on that part. And also, if you get your drink and you've got it in the mug, you know, it's not too hefty. You may have to support it with your pinky finger here, which isn't ideal, but that happens with most mugs. So for its handle, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. Again, it's pretty good. And then I have a separate topic for additional notes. Now this may be another positive impact or a negative one. I don't have any for this because it's just a regular mug. So let's move on to our next mug. Right, thank you, Adam. Our next mug is this Little Star Jamie Oliver mug. Now, we'll move on to the first category, art design. As you can see, it says Little Star on it, which is a pretty good motto for a precocious child like I was. For artistic design, I give it 6 out of 10. It's alright. Now, body-wise, for a child, it's pretty great. But for me personally, I probably wouldn't buy this now randomly because it doesn't hold that much. It's actually a pretty small mug. However, with what it holds, the handle is pretty good. You can't go Scouts Honor. It's only 2 fingers, but the 2 fingers fit pretty snugly, which means that you can use this finger as the support underneath instead of your pinky finger, leaving it out like this when you're drinking tea like a classy British gentleman. So as far as the handle goes, as far as the body goes, I'll go back. I'm going to give it, for an adult, 4 out of 10. Doesn't hold that much, not great. However, with the handle, you know what, I quite like this handle. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. I like it. It's not great, but you know, it's fairly snug for what you can hold in it. It works pretty well. Yes. Now we shall move on. No, wait. This is why we have our last category, our 4th category, because this is a very special category, and it's for any other options. And for this, I will be adding to the score, to the average, because this cup, this mug, has a very sentimental value, a very great sentimental value. Because I had it when I was very young. I decided that I wanted to be an actor, which I still do. So this is a very special mug for me. So for value, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. That's going to up it by something. Let's move on to the next mug. So stupid. Righty ho. Ah! No! Oh god. Oh god. No! How does that happen? Let's try that one again, shall we? Righty ho. Here we go. Our next mug is this Stormtrooper mug. Now, I got this recently, so last Christmas, in a Secret Santa by one of my friends in my class. So thank you to that person. You know who you are, but you're probably not watching this video, but if you are, that's the only way you're going to find... Never mind. Right, thank you to that person. Design. I love the design on this. Very artistic, and obviously it's a Stormtrooper, and I like Star Wars, so yeah. Really nice design on this mug. I'm going to give it the video stopped recording, and so I've had to flip my camera around so that I can now see it while it records in case any errors come up. So here we have the Stormtrooper mug, and with all of the review that I just gave, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 on the art design. Now, for the body, it's great. I really like this body. It's fairly tall and it's thick, so you can fit a lot of drink in there. And this part is also quite thick, so you know it absorbs heat or something. However, now comes the negatives with this here arm. Now, while the design of the arm artistically is great, it's not very practical. You've got ridges here. And these tight corners here and the shoulder pads here make it quite uncomfortable because you're putting your 2 fingers here. You can't do the 3-finger Scouts honor with it, just won't fit at all. But if you put the 2 fingers in still, these bits might dig into your hand, and if you're putting your supporting finger under, which has to be your ring finger, this little knobbly bit here makes it quite uncomfortable. One of the positives, I guess, with this arm is that it takes a lot of the weight because it's so chunky, but still fairly uncomfortable, unfortunately. But, you know, it's still... The design, for me, makes it up for it. Continuing, there is a bonus point. My bonus point is this mug can't be put in the dishwasher. It'll break, it'll crack. And I've put it in a few times by accident, or my dad has, or someone. And you can see that you get... Well, you probably can't see, but you get cracking. You get little lines coming across it. But I still a great mug. So for the arm design... Oh yeah. So for the body design, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. No. So for the body design, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, great. For the arm design, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. A bit uncomfortable, but it does take the weight. And for my bonus bit, I'm going to have to give it a 3 out of 10 for not being able to put it in the wash. Now, when I got my little star mug when I was, I think, 6, my dad also got a mug by Jamie Oliver. And this one said, "Footy Mad." I think it would be only fair that I give it the same score that I did for the little star mug, for the design, and I will give it a 6 out of 10. Moving on. We have this large base. Now, as in for the main body of the mug, it's wide, it's huge. So you can fit so much in it, which is great. My one issue with it being so wide is that you do run the risk of it spilling out either side, but that rarely ever happens. So for the heft and for the width of this mug, for the base, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. Absolutely brilliant as far as that is concerned. Now with the arm, the problem is because the amount you can fit in it is so much. The problem with it is that it puts a lot of stress on your hand when you're drinking from it, and you can't put 3 fingers in, so you get less strength with it. So it's only with the 2, and it runs the risk of it spilling. So that's not great on that side, so you'd have to depend on your other hand to hold it up. The problem with doing that is that it's also quite thin, which means that you might burn yourself, or you don't necessarily want to do it like that. So the arm itself is not very practical. So for the arm, I'm going to give this mug a 3 out of 10. Disappointing, unfortunately. However, there are no adders, points extended to that for me because this isn't my mug. We now have a controversial mug. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you. It is indeed a Fortnite mug. Sorry. Now, I got this mug like 3 years ago when I liked Fortnite. Yes, I liked Fortnite. Alright, hate me, sorry. This mug does the job. The design, unfortunately, due to what it is, I don't hate the pattern, but it is a bit of a negative thing in general, so I'm going to have to give it a 3 out of 10 for that one. Not doing great, but it's wide, and it's tall, so as far as that's concerned, I'm going to give the base of it a 7 out of 10, and the only reason I've lowered it a little bit than usual is because it's quite thin. But that's no problem, because the arm is amazing, because you can do scouts on it, you can get 3 fingers in there for that extra strength, so you don't even need to depend on your pinky finger there. So that's absolutely brilliant, and it's comfortable. Again, it's wide, so for the arm, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I don't know what else to ask for it. It's comfortable, it fits, and it takes the weight, which is brilliant. What else to say? Any negatives? No. For my next mug, we have this here Avengers mug. But this is a special mug because it's made by one of those companies. I don't remember whether it was Moonpig or whatever. But it says, Adam was born to be the next Avenger. Now, design-wise, pattern-wise, well, the art on the characters, obviously it's printed, but it's great. It looks very realistic, and sometimes I would find myself just marveling at how good the characters looked in it. So as far as the mug itself is concerned, design-wise, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Yeah, it's fine. For the actual base, the main body of the mug, it's very thin, but it's fairly tall. It's quite stubby, and it's pretty wide. So I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10. It's okay. And for the arm, again, it's very similar to the last one. Fits. It's brilliant. Very comfortable. Takes the weight. I'm pretty sure this might be pretty much the same design, just a bit shorter than the Fortnite one. So I'm going to give this mug's arm a 9 out of 10. Again, very comfortable. Now, this does have an extra value, and I mean, it says my name on it. It says I'm going to be an Avenger. And if you're a nerd like me, that means a lot, especially when you're 10 years old. So, you know what? I love that on this mug because it gasses me up whenever I look at it. So that's gonna make it, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 on that sentimental. God damn, it's insane. 10 out of 10 because it says my name. It has my name on it, and it says I'm gonna be an Avenger. What more can you want in a mug? here's the final values. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Bye.